Your site in Higher Logic probably came with this page, the FAQs, with all these named anchors. You click them and it jumps you down the page. One thing we can improve is that jumping effect. Some users probably don't. They may think they're going to like a different page altogether because it's so sudden. But because we are scrolling down the page, we can actually add a smooth scrolling effect. It's like the easiest piece of CSS you can add to your site. We just add it to the HTML element, scroll behavior smooth. That's it. So easy. It works in pretty much all browsers. I think Safari's one browser it doesn't have any effect. But look at that, smooth scroll. And we didn't have to use any JavaScript. We used to have to use JavaScript for that. And I'll put the CSS in this post or on the YouTube page. So that's the first thing. Another thing, still having some issues with this Thrive header. See what I'm doing here? I made the search input a lot less wide. We're trying to avoid all this wrapping of our menu system. So we can just set a max width on that search input. Helps a lot. It doesn't need to be so wide. Another thing I'm doing here, you can see, is just setting the width of the overall header just to be wider. Now it takes it outside of that like site frame, and I did a post on this previously, but you can set it to be almost 100%. Avoids wrapping of the menu at larger resolutions. But anyway, talking about the menu wrap in my logo, that's what my logo is supposed to look like. I realized this on a client site. They asked me, is our logo squished? And I was like, I didn't squish your logo. But then I realized the Thrive header, if you have a wide logo, it's actually squishing it, which is a great way to violate your identity guidelines if you have those. But we can actually fix that. We're going to have to change the height is being constrained, but also the width. So we're going to have to remove the max width setting because the height is being constrained. So we can actually do that with just kind of zeroing out the max width. We can just set it to inherit, and that'll fix it. Your logo will snap back to its original size or the original aspect ratio.